My husband changed from our cell phone plan to hers. Verizon sent me an email confirming the change and the account his line was added to, which included her name. I asked him and he lied. Shock. Why would he tell the truth? I looked her up on Facebook and it turned out they had just celebrated their 2-year dating anniversary. We had just celebrated 8 years of marriage. Yup, this is why I don't blame people who don't get married. Because apparently, for some people, marriage means nothing. No commitment. What's commitment? What's marriage? I saw his mom post a picture of her new grandchild on Facebook. The kid sure as hell didn't come from my vagina. I've never said that in my entire life. I just didn't know what to say. Can you imagine? I'm sorry, but let's just take a moment to actually think. You wake up on a Monday morning, you're sipping your coffee, you pull up your phone, you go on Facebook. Your man's mom posts a photo being like, my new grandchild, blah, 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 blah. And you know in your head that you've never had a kid or that that's not your kid. What a way to find out. I found my wife's notebook and written on the first page was a 10-step plan detailing how she was going to leave me for another guy. I turned it into one step. Step 1, end the relationship before her plan. That's brutal. Who writes out a 10-step detailed plan to like leave your person? Like just leave. It's literally that simple. Like it's seriously just leave. I guess I wasn't supposed to be home. Oh, this is gonna be bad. FedEx delivered 2 tickets to Vegas right to the house. The tickets had her name and some other dude's name. That sucks. I have never heard of FedEx delivering like concert tickets to your house. I didn't even know that was a thing or that was an option. Like how is she about to say that she's going to Vegas, you know? I would totally catch her in her own lies and I would have been like, so you going to Vegas with who? Where are you going? What are you gonna do when you're there? And then boom, I got the tickets, girl. I know what you're doing and who you're going with. On Christmas Eve, I got onto the computer to find a photo for a last minute gift. An ornament with a family photo. Ooh. Instead, I found a love letter. Okay, honestly, I thought it was gonna be nudes. Okay, I found a love letter to her from some guy at the gym. I kept looking and found tons more. Maybe he's just like some stalker gym guy who really likes her, but she doesn't like him back. I don't know. I feel like I would tell my man if there was some guy who was writing me love letters and I was like, dude, I have no interest in you, and they kept sending them, I'd be like, babe, you gotta go down there and deal with this because it's out of control. So I think there was probably a little something going on here. Who writes love letters? That's just not a thing. People don't do that. They really don't. I wish they did. I caught my ex thanks to Pokemon Go of all things. Why do I feel like I know this one? Because it's so strange. She mentioned that Pokemon Go was using a lot of her data. I explained that she could go to her settings to see how much data apps were using. I proceeded to show her how to check and then prove to her that Pokemon Go wasn't the problem by pointing out Tinder was using way more data. Boom. Yikes. So Pokemon Go, yeah, it pretty much was the reason. Because then you went to your settings. It's like, girl, it's not Pokemon Go, it's Tinder. You shady little wench. Don't use Tinder if you're in a relationship. It's simple. Just don't freaking use it. I was dating this guy and I noticed he wasn't following me back on Instagram. What? That is like one of the first things you do when you first start talking to someone. Sketchy. I was initially like, wow, that's rude. But then thought nothing else of it. Girl, how did you think nothing else of it? Well, then I looked through his tagged photos. Less than 24 hours prior, his girlfriend had posted how much she loved him and how great he was. Such a sinking feeling. Honey, you never should have thought nothing of it. Everyone knows that when you start talking to someone, you start dating, you follow each other on social media. That is one of the first things that happens. It just is. It is because you post with them, you like their stuff, you comment on their stuff, blah, blah, blah. If there is obviously a reason that he is not following you. I could have told you the ending to this story before I read it. It's so classic and pathetic, but I found long blonde hairs in our bed. I'm short-haired brunette and he had a buzz cut. When confronted, he shrugged and said, well, what are you gonna do about it anyway? Dump me? You can't. We have a shared lease, so suck it up? What? Guess who got dumped the very same day with the help of a very understanding and outraged landlord who rescinded the lease? Y'all, I would, oh, suck it up. Boy, you think a lease? You think a freaking lease is keeping me with a cheater? I will be damned. Let me tell you, when I was living with my cheating ex and we split up and we were on a lease together, you better know I went to the landlord. She was actually like my mom's friend, so it helped a little bit. She was gonna let my ex moved down into the basement because she was very sweet and she didn't know why we broke up, and she was like, oh, I want to help them because we were students at the time. So I was going to be in the upper unit and he was going to move to the bottom, and I'm like, absolutely not. So I went to her and I told her what happened. She's like, oh hell no, and she did not let him, and see you later, sucker. This shocking find. I found him with another woman in bed in our guest room. Okay, well, it's just dramatic on its own. He was in there and locked it while I was sleeping. That bed happened to be my child. Okay, first of all, you were home? He was in there and locked it while I was sleeping. What? So you were sleeping and he was in the guest room and locked the door and he was with another woman? What? Yeah, I got so many questions. Childhood bed, your whole childhood would be ruined and tainted. This smoky situation, oh, it's smoky. I don't smoke ganja. My husband asked me to go get his stash for him. I found a note from the nanny to my ex saying she was in love with him and she was so happy for the time they had together. Obviously, she thought he would get the instead of me. Oh, Lord. That hurts. The nanny. Why is it always the nanny? I honestly, because of all the nanny cheating stories I know, I would just never hire a nanny simply because of that. Because the world has ruined it for me. Ain't nobody coming in this house that don't belong here. Just me and my man. This hotel worker's discovery. Ooh, they found someone in the room. I'm already gonna call it right now. My buddy works at a hotel and called me saying that my wife just checked in with another guy. That would be the worst phone call of your entire life. No, I'm sorry. That made me sad. It's not even funny. Your wife. This absolute fraud. I love these little like headlines. I was checking my husband's email for something that concerned the both of us. He knew I was checking it and was seated right next to me. I opened his inbox and there were emails from several different dating sites. Bad enough, right? Well, I opened them and realized that he created profiles pretending to be a lesbian and was using my photos and information to catfish these women. That man is now my ex-husband. Wow. That is the ultimate absolute fraud. I'm honestly just confused. Pretending to be a lesbian, using your wife's photos to catfish them. What do you get out of that in the end? I'm just very confused. Genius wife's idea. Ooh, I love a genius wife, but maybe this is sarcasm. A friend of mine was suspicious of her husband cheating as he went to play soccer with friends too often. He always came back already showered, and he would be sweaty while playing. One day, she sewed his soccer socks together. And when he came back all showered, she saw the socks were still sewed, so he wasn't playing soccer at all. Sewed the socks together. That is genius. That is genius. But I feel like he would just lie and be like, well, I saw that they were sewed together, so I borrowed someone else's socks. You know, I don't know. I feel like he would still lie about this. Did you find out the truth? I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna come watch you play soccer. That's what I would do. Well, this is why we have commitment issues. That's all there is to it. This is why. I'm out of here. This was fun. Stay classy out there and stay sassy. This is why we have commitment issues. Girl, you okay over there? My dog's like coughing. COVID. You okay? Shake it off, girlfriend. All right. Guys, my necklace and earrings are safety pins. Look, it's a little safety pin. And then my earrings. My sister bought me these for Christmas. They're safety pins. They're so funny. No one cares. I thought they were cute. That's not cute. I just threw up almost. Oh my God. That was like a burp, hiccup, and a throw up all in one. Very strange. I'm so sorry that you had to witness that. I'm disgusting. Like, we should just cut that whole thing out of this video because I am out here being a pig on the internet these days. Hi Have you even subscribed to the channel yet? Don't be a fake fan. Hit that subscribe button. You know you want to.